Hey, Winginatti followers. I was going to do one yesterday, but I got really tired and went to sleep. I was going to do a second one, actually. But this here is my second celebrity vlog. This time I'm actually going to go into politics. It's a topic I hate, but it is a topic that needs to be addressed. And since all these nominations are coming up here, I decided my celebrity vlog will be on the candidates, the qualifying candidates, if you will. Let's start with the first one, Trump. Donald Trump. Okay, first off, I'm going to go on the record and say the guy is the biggest tool I've ever seen with the biggest fake set of hair ever. Now, I will say this. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, these elections would be rather boring, to be honest with you. But considering that the guy... Oh! See? Donald Trump almost ruined my phone. Made me almost drop my phone. That would not have been good for a vlog. But Donald Trump... God, where do I begin? I won't go as far as saying that I think he's racist, because honestly I don't think he is racist. Do I think that he makes some very off-color statements? Yes, I do. I wouldn't go as far as to say that he is racist, but I will go on the record and say that the guy is a major tool, and that can't be addressed any more clearly than that. But sorry, trying to play with my adjustments on my phone at the same time. Donald Trump is, for lack of a better term, pretty much an asshole. I mean, there is no really sugarcoating it. You know, I live on a farm, and I've pointed out all the horse shit on my farm many times. Some of that I do think is Donald Trump. Most of it's Kanye West, but that's a different topic. But Donald Trump is a piece of horse manure. But every time I look down at my horse manure, I just don't see Donald Trump. You know who else I see? I see Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Okay, this lady's told probably more lies than any other of the politicians. And whether or not we like Donald Trump or we dislike Donald Trump, it's not so much that he's telling a lot of lies, it's just he's telling a lot of stupid shit. Okay, so whether or not he's telling the truth, or if he is telling a lie, he's still not on the same level as Hillary Clinton, who's lied to pretty much about everything. She hasn't been able to back up one of her statements the following week. Okay, so as bad as Donald Trump is for being an ass, the biggest stupid toupee-wearing motherfucking ass, Hillary Clinton is not as good because she doesn't know how to keep the truth to stay in her mouth. And let's face it, we don't need another Clinton in the White House. But let's jump back to the Republican side, shall we? President nominee Cruz. Okay, now, let's face it. If the guy was born in Canada, he shouldn't be president. I have honestly decided to not listen to Cruz because I can't support a guy because the rules do state that if you weren't born in the United States, you can't run for president. And whether or not it was because his family was because he's a military brat, he was not born in the United States, which I think should disqualify him from being president of the United States. So therefore, I am sorry, you shouldn't be running. Okay? And I can honestly say, because of that, I've listened to nothing he has said. Not a thing. Not a single thing he has said. Why? Because he wasn't born in the United States and he shouldn't be running to begin with. So, does he have good topics? I wouldn't know. Does he have bad topics? I wouldn't know. I know absolutely nothing about Cruz except for the fact he was born in Canada. He has admitted being born in Canada. Therefore, you were born in Canada and not legal to run for president of the United States because you were born in Canada. Okay? Now, let's jump all the way over back to the Democratic side. We've got Bernie Sanders. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this because I do see a lot of Bernie Sanders loving going on out there, and that is fine and dandy. And guess what? I used to be a Bernie Sanders fan. I liked Barry Sanders better. He was a Detroit Lion. But Bernie Sanders, I liked a lot of what he had to say. But here's the thing. I want someone who's aggressive. When the Black Lives Matter went up to his podium, and he didn't kick them away, he didn't take charge, and he let them come out there and say what they wanted to say during his campaign speech, I'm sorry. That tells me that you were an absolute pushover. 100% pushover. Do I want a president of the United States who is a pushover? No. Now, saying that, is Donald Trump a pushover? No, he's not. He's an ass. We'll go back to the ass part again. Donald Trump is an ass. Bernie Sanders, not an ass. Seems like a nice guy, but he's a pushover. I don't want a person who's going to run my country to be able to just have anyone say or do or whatever. I'm tired of the politically correctness that goes on in society. You know, there's one thing about standing your ground and standing your beliefs and all that, but he just stood back and he let them walk all over him. And if he's going to do that from 3 ladies who just decided to step up onto the podium, what's he going to do for other countries who want to just decide, hey, well, we want to attack you. Is that okay? Sure, I don't want to be in your way. As a Marine, we fought for what we wanted. All right? Bernie Sanders doesn't fight for what he wants. Now, does he have some great ideas? Absolutely. Would I like free money? Absolutely. That free money's not free. It's going to come with a cost. And everyone knows it, but everyone doesn't want to believe in that. It's going to come with a cost. And we're going to be paying out of our ass somehow. So should he be president? No. So far, that's a no to Bernie Sanders. No to Hillary Clinton. No to the umpteenth power Donald Trump. And no to Cruz being from Canada, eh? Then left Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is probably the only other person in this election that would probably be considered a strong candidate. There's 5 total candidates, 2 on the Democratic side, 3 on the Republican side. And that is saying that there were about 50 others on the Republican side at one point. All of them sucked, including Jeb Bush. Okay? And apparently there is a 3rd one over on the Democratic side, but no one knows who he is and if he's even still in the race, okay? I think his family knows he's still in the race or not, but I don't think anybody else does. So let's go to Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio, the biggest thing that people have a problem with Marco Rubio is that he was doing a speech in English and in Spanish. Well, he did a Spanish one first, then he was parched. Okay? So then he goes to take a drink in the middle of his American speech. And everyone's like, oh, well, he couldn't hold off. No, he just did the thing in Spanish. He's a minority. Now, here's what I dislike about Marco Rubio. Everyone knows I am for gay rights. Okay. Everyone knows I do support marijuana. Okay. I do believe that the borders should be toughened up. So here's the thing. I believe in gay rights. So that technically falls under your Democratic/liberal candidate. I believe in equality among people. Once again, falls a little bit under the liberal side. Okay, but I do believe that our country should not be taking refugees from other countries. Why? It's our country. That's more of a conservative Republican thing. Okay. Here's my thing. I am a little bit of both. That's why I registered as an independent. I am not registered as a Republican. I am not registered as a Democrat. I will not do that. Why? Because I vote for who I think is the better candidate. You want to know who I want to vote for this election? Am I voting for the toupee-wearing Donald Trump on the Republican side? Am I voting for Canadians' national anthem singer, Cruz? Am I voting for thirst-quenching Marco Rubio? Or am I voting for Hillary, I will not tell a lie unless it really suits my needs, Clinton? Or Bernie, not Barry Sanders? My answer is this. Fuck them all. There's not a single candidate that's good enough to run for the President of the United States. Why? Because none of the five will put United States first. We need a country that is not divided. We do not need to have your Democrats versus your Republicans, your conservatives versus your liberals. We do not need that. No, we do not need to have a country that is divided black versus white. We do not need a country that is divided gay versus straight. We do not need a country that is going to sit there and go vegan versus non-vegan. Okay? Fat people, white, skinny people, short people, tall people, you name it. There is some sort of debate that is dividing our country. And unless you can name a president in the United States that's actually going to take all these sides, put them together and say, listen, get along, then no one is getting my vote. And then I know what you're going to say. Well, if you don't vote for someone, then you're voting for Trump. No, me not voting means no one's fucking good enough for me to vote for. If you're worried, then you get your friends out and vote. I'm not worried. You know why I'm not worried? Because none of them would have gotten my vote anyway. I would have been throwing a vote away. I don't care. I would have wrote in fucking Pee Wee Herman, okay? Not a single candidate is good enough. So, there you have it, folks. If you think that I'm wrong, great. Tell me why. Right down below in the comments section. If you think I'm right, great, awesome. Hit like. Or now you get like, or wow, or haha, or angry mean faces on Facebook and whatever they have on YouTube. I posted on both. If you just say, hey, Wing, shut the fuck up. You should vote for somebody because your vote counts. You're wrong. It doesn't. Here's the reason why our votes do not count. Okay, let's face it. Let's say the state of Rhode Island has a massive turnout. Every single person in the entire state has voted. Okay, and let's say Bernie Sanders is a huge landslide winner. That state is only guaranteed 2 votes, technically. Oh, you got 2 electoral votes. And so let's say Hillary Clinton barely escapes with a win in, I don't know, Florida. She gets 50 votes, 50 electoral votes. Why? Because they're not counting the people that vote. They are counting it based off of, well, this state gives us this many that we can have these people have these votes. Bullshit. Our votes don't matter. It's true, they don't. Our votes do not matter. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to you. So you tell me my vote matters? No, it doesn't. I don't have an electoral vote. Listen, y'all. Vote your heart. Vote for what you feel is right. I don't care. I don't care who's going to be president. Why? Because no matter who's president, it's going to suck. I'm out of here. Remember, cancer's a bad thing. This is the face of cancer. Peace, love, Donald's toupee, Hillary's emails, and all that other jazz. Hey, I'm just keeping it real. Whether you like it, you don't like it, you're going to get me. This is my rant. This is my Winginatti. You are my followers, all 10 of you. I'm out of here. Bye.